Hi everybody. Alright, here goes a Monster Teeth update. Today is the 25th of February. Initially this was my initial consult, but because I bumped the timeline up because I want to get this done as soon as possible, this was my second consult. I went for the initial one last week. Again, I'm going to Affordable Dentures and Implants in Maryville, Indiana with Dr. Irvin, and she's fantastic. Oh, by the way, happy Tiara Tuesday everybody. Okay, so Tiara and tacos. Super Tuesday. Anyway, so based on the initial consult and conversation with her and doing just the regular x-rays and stuff, what we talked about doing was, of course, doing the 25 extractions as well as initially 4 implants in the bottom jaw to end up in an implant-supported denture, and we were evaluating implants in the top. So we were looking at 8 implants as well as the alveoplasty and 25 extractions. Well, the update is as follows. We're not doing that. What we came up with, the initial bill just for the extractions and everything was at $7,500 roughly. This treatment plan is no longer the treatment plan. So we went through the x-rays and the deep core scan, and because of previous traumas and a bunch of other concerns and stuff, we've downgraded the amount of implants we're going to do, and we're changing the way we're approaching this. We are still scheduled for March 28th. This Saturday, last Saturday in March, is going to be my E-Day. That's when we'll do the extractions, which again is still good for me because it's post-Gulf Wars, for anybody who knows me or cares. I went today and I got my impressions done, and we also talked through what we're going to do. Initially, I was just going to do the one set of dentures, the Cadillac Ultimate Fit dentures were going to be my healing dentures and everything else, so we weren't going to do an immediate set. We're going to have the final set, but I think now we're going to do a immediate set and then have the final set when I do the end, for reasons that will become clear in a little bit. My bill also has gone down. Shock, I know. Alright, so for the initial new dental wearers package from Affordable Dentures, which is what I took, I discovered they also have a discount for military and veterans. So that knocked 10% off the bill right off the gate. So that's cool. I dropped a couple of grand today for the impressions and the pre-work. And we went through the deep core scan. She wanted to do some more work with that, but this is what we eventually came up with. So we did the impressions today. By the way, impressions, my impression of impressions. That stuff's nasty. I'm not a fan. I mean, I understand why it's got to be the way it is, but I'm not going to lie to you. It felt like I was getting all my teeth pulled out right then. When we did the top one, it basically went into my throat, and thank God I don't have a strong gag reflex because it was like down my throat. I was like, huh, that's interesting. But when she had to pull it out, she basically had to like hammer it out of my teeth. It was fun. But I did have the conversation with Dr. Irvin and everybody else in the office about the fact that I do want to end up in finals that have some pretty significant canines. Not like cartoonish, but within the realm of human believability, but definitely prominent and noticeable canines versus what I have now. I want to actually have a little fang action. Turns out that the head denture tech there got interested in the line of work he's interested in because he made prosthetic teeth for everybody for Halloween, so he's now chosen this as a profession, and he was super excited to hear me ask for that, and actually came out of the back lab to talk to me for a while, and we went through some stuff. So yeah, fangs are on the table, those are coming. So with the rework, here's what we're looking at. I am definitely not a candidate at this time for upper plate implants. This is because of previous traumas and stuff that has been built in my head already, and pulling out a lot of that stuff, which is going to have to go, is going to leave some voids. And the problem also is that my canines grow basically up to the edge of my sinuses. I have something like 2 mil of bone between the root of my canine and my sinuses. So if I'm going to do those at any point, I'm probably going to look at a sinus lift, which is something I don't want to get into right now. But additionally, what we're going to do is when we pull all the tops, the places where I have stuff already, hardware already in place that's going to come out, we're going to end up doing a couple of bone grafts. So I'll have some bone grafts in the top, and we were able to downgrade because of the strength of my jaw and where we're going to be putting them. We're downgraded from 4 implants for the bottom plate to only 2. So I'm going to do 2 roughly in the cuspid premolar area, mountable abutment implants for supporting the bottom denture. And right now I'm just going to go with an unsupported denture in the top until at least all that other stuff, osteobonds or osteowelds, whatever you want to call it, with the bone grafts. So I paid today $2.5, I think, for the impressions and the construction of the dentures. This is going to be, I'm going to have an immediate set or a healing set that are just going to be the midline, not the lowest ones that they make, but like the one step up dentures, and those are going to be like my standbys or my backups, and also my healers. That cost I paid today is going to cover the construction of those, my Super Cadillac Ultimate Fit dentures at the end, which we're looking at fangs, it's cool, as well as all the relines and adjustments that's going to be necessary during the healing process. So that's already paid for, that's already in process. Basically, the appliances are paid for and in process. The next step is removal of the stuff that is in my head and the fixing of the gaps that that's going to leave. So at least 2 bone grafts in the top jaw, 25 extractions, and 2 implants. And I'm looking at a bill just under $6K for that, so $5,900 and change. Also, the good news is that also is going to drop my final cost on the modification of my Uber dentures to be mountable to the abutments. That's going to knock that down to, I think, around, it's about $600 because I have to have 2 attachments. So for basically the same cost of doing it last time with the original treatment plan, I'm looking at probably having my immediates also modified at the end of the healing process to also hook up to the abutments. Right now the loose plan is I may end up using my healing dentures, provided the tops still work, even after a reline or a hard reline, as my fight teeth, and my other teeth as my daily teeth. We'll see. I also talked with the denture tech for a minute about a mouth guard type denture, something that has like a mouth guard permanently mounted in it that I can put in to protect stuff. So we'll see what all that goes on. But right now it's cooking forward. This was a fairly in-depth and long appointment. The initial consult was pretty quick. In, out, x-ray, pokey poke, prod prod. Yeah, come back. And here's the projection. I'm pretty sure that's mostly a weeding process to get those people to like, yeah, I'll do this. How much? And freak out. But again, the process with these guys has been a lot better than anybody else. I don't feel like I'm bugging anybody at work. Dr. Irvin is really great. She took a picture with me for Tiara Tuesday. It was great. I enjoy the process a whole lot more here. I feel like I'm participatory in it, and it's not something that's just happening to me. And they're definitely willing to work with you about concerns, whether they be medical, aesthetic, or even funding-wise. They find a way to make this work for you. Again, overall very impressed, very pleased. I would highly recommend. Future updates will come as they're necessary. I do hope to have a lot of news right around E-Day and post-extraction. I have a plan or an idea right now to cover from E-Day to the first 10 days in small video journals. They may not be as quote-unquote polished as these. They may be just live streams from my phone, depending on how I am doing. But again, if you're in the Northwest Indiana, Southern Illinois, Eastern Michigan area, I got nothing but good things to say about the affordable dentures, specifically in Maryville. I don't know about any of the other locations. I just know that this doc is fantastic, and everybody at this office has been really cool, and they are very accepting of your weirdness, and I got nothing but good things to say. Highly recommend. To the point I've already written a Google review, and you should do that. I don't know. I mean, updates are as updates are. I mean, we're going to skip the top surgery. I'm just doing the bottoms. My continued genetic weirdnesses and damages from before are still legacy items I have to deal with. But I think we're on a good road. I'm looking forward to it. And again, at the end of it, fangs, baby.